Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Gatsby One Light Bath Sconce. It's a great fixture. You don't have to use this just in a bathroom, but Hubbardton Forge wants to make sure that you know you can use it in a bathroom without any problem. It would be great in all kinds of different places. So this is the 2013-20. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. It's going to be 6.1 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the top of the glass, which is right here. So you're coming in, bottom of fixture is going to be bottom of back plate, which is right here, 6.1 inches. Width of it's going to be 5 inches, and that's going to be the width of this back plate itself. Projection from the wall coming out is coming out at 5.3. So that's going to be the wall itself to, looks like glass is going to be the farthest point, so 5.3. Mounting height from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the electrical outlet box is coming in at 2.5. All things you should know. And I want to show you a couple other little details on this. A great way for you to see a lot of these details is going to be for you to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over there on that side. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to be a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it all together, which is super simple. But it's also going to show you all the different parts, and it's going to give you drawings of the back plate and how the whole setup is done. So this is actually called the mounting bracket. This is the part that's going to go on your 4-inch junction box, just like that. It's going to hide behind there. And this hides inside of this. And you'll see on those mounting instructions how this all works. It's super simple, so take advantage of it if you can. Let's get into a couple little details on this. Let's talk about the glass. So this is an extremely impressive piece of hand-cut crystal, all faceted. I can't even begin to tell you how heavy this is. It is, and it's not an overly heavy fixture, but as far as glass goes, this is a really incredible piece. This reminds me of things that you would actually buy and put on your coffee table as sculpture. All the different light hitting it from different angles is just really great. Hubbardton Forge goes way out of their way to find the most incredible sources for their glass all around the world, and this really shows you that. So moving from there, why don't we move into what's inside of this and what you could do with it. And before we go there, let's talk about finishes for a quick sec. You're going to notice that on the pull-down menu, you're going to be limited to a certain number of finishes from Hubbardton Forge. We can often do custom finishes. If you're trying to mix this and you want to use this like, excuse me, maybe in a dining room or something, which I think would be a great place for a dining room fixture like this, and you're trying to mix it with dark smoke or bronze, and you don't see it offered up there, we can often, not always, but we can often do these fixtures in the coastal outdoor finishes, which you can find on the bottom of the finishes help guide over on that side of the screen. And how you go about that is you drop me a quick email and say you're looking at the 2013-20 and you're looking for it to be in coastal bronze or coastal dark smoke or something like that. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it to Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where it's going to come back to us with an answer. Adds a little time and money, but we can often do those things. We do customs here every single day, including Sunday, believe it or not, when I sneak into work. Okay. Let's talk about what's inside of this. It's going to be using what's called a G9 socket, and G9 sockets basically are going to accept G9 bulbs. How funny is that? So you've got a G9 halogen that's going to be available for this. You can go up to a 60 watt max, and that's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb, which is going to be your halogen bulb in this case. If you want to go LED, there's no limit. Your only limit is, can I get the LED into the glass and into the fixture? And that right there is probably the thickest LED you're going to find, and that fits in perfectly. A couple things to remember that you're going to be able to see. Might be able to see a little bit of the top of that LED. So you might want to experiment a little bit with different types of LEDs, and there are some out there. A good place to look is going to be Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, in that search bar you put in G9 LED, you're going to see up pop lots of different types of these things. So the ones that have the phosphorus inside, those are going to be those yellow strips and yellow lines. And then the ones that look like corn cobs are called cob LEDs. So it doesn't matter which ones you get, but aesthetically, you might want to play around, because I'm not sure if I want to look at a cob LED through this beautiful crystal. Actually, I might, one of the rare times, I usually do like the cob LEDs, but I might be shying away from that and kind of going into these phosphorus ones. I think that might be more interesting to see through this piece of glass. So just something to think about. When I talk about the color of light in these things, I always talk about the color of light in LEDs and how it's really important depending on what you guys are doing. So If I was going to be using this in a dining room where I wanted it to be kind of romantic, I would probably maybe even look for a 2700 Kelvin version of that, or a 3000 Kelvin. If I was going to be using it in a bathroom, which a lot of you guys might be doing as well, I would probably just stick with a 3000 Kelvin. So 2700 Kelvin is extremely yellow. 3000 Kelvin is considered warm white. That's the white, or that's the nice light coming down on my hands right now from these LEDs above. These are 3000 Kelvin. And then on the other side of that spectrum, way over on this side, is going to be what's called daylight. And daylight is a little tricky. It's a little misnomer. It's not a warm light. It's a cold blue light, like a hospital waiting room. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. I do not think that would be nice in this sconce. So if I were you, depending on what I was going to be doing, bathroom, I would be looking at probably, doesn't matter if it's dimmable or not dimmable. People generally don't dim bathroom lights, but I'd probably be looking at a 3000 Kelvin LED the bathroom. And if I was going to be doing this in a hallway or a dining room or someplace like that, you could even go down to 2700 Kelvin without a problem at all. Okay, one last little thing. This is going to be using this piece. This is actually going to be a retaining ring tool. It's going to come with it. And when you look at the instructions, the installations instructions, the retaining ring just pops into this, and it's going to hold that piece of glass down. And I think this is the retaining ring. So let's just take this off. So it's kind of built into the whole fixture. So it's this nice, beautifully milled metal piece. This is pretty impressive on its own. I used to work in the jewelry industry, so I'm always loving this kind of stuff. So this is going to actually just fit right in that little piece right there. Let's see how this goes in. Well, how does it go in? Okay, it goes in like that. So you're going to be using this tool as a proxy for your hand, which is too big to get in here. You're going to get this on the wall, get it all set up. The glass doesn't go on until you actually have this on your wall done. You put the glass on. This goes in like this, and it's going to be, remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, okay? And you're going to do that. And this glass actually has different facets, so you're going to position it to get it to a point where you really think it looks the best. And when you pull that out, magically, that retaining ring is in here, holding this all together. And you're going to put this into some safe place because someday you may need it. So put it in a junk drawer someplace. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.